Going? Okay, the August meeting of the Board of Water Commissioners is called to order. Hey, before we jump into business, I'd like to take the opportunity to acknowledge and thank Jane for her 22 years of dedicated service to the Water Department.
Yeah.
And as Assistant Secretary of the Board the last year and a half or whatever it's been. Likewise, I'd like to introduce and welcome Michael Olivari as our new business manager. And also the Assistant Secretary to the Water Board. I congratulate both of you and good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Okay, we can get into the agenda. Reading of the minutes of the previous meeting.
Make a motion to accept.
I'll second it.
Okay, and those in favor? Opposed? Carried. We'll wait on the presentation of bills and accounts as they're being audited right now. Cooper Lake improvements.
So in terms of the work, there's not a ton. The reservoir is at 1096. We are as full as we can be for now. They've been working on the impact basin at the end of the spillway. It's been poured. The forms were taken off, I believe, yesterday, so that should be buried sometime this week, hopefully. The end of that, then it's just starting to build the dam up from the bottom to the top.
The impact basin is on the bottom of the spillway that
Yeah,
absorbs all the energy
before it goes
Coming-
extreme.
stream.
They have been notified that the piping can be picked up. They're going to start picking the pipe up on the 14th. They said they're gonna have it done by the end of the month. When they have it done, doesn't really affect us. We're paid up through the end of the month, so if they're not done by then, it's on them.
Well, we have it rented until
End of
end of
August.
August, so they're gonna start in September.
No, they're gonna start on 14th,
I thought we had it until,
unless we want to pay for those 2 weeks while I picked it up. That was,
okay,
we have enough water without a single drop coming in. We can make it to Thanksgiving right now. There's not another drop of rain in the creek drought. And that's without accounting for the water in Reservoir 4 and being
Yeah.
conservative on the daily usage, so.
I just thought that we actually had,
We paid for it through the end.
Oh.
If we waited till August 31st to start paying, we would have paid for it now.
we were
You have to
using
give
that.
them 2 week leeway and be able to pick it up.
That's why we had to give notice on the first
Oh,
one
okay.
for every
It's
month.
weird is that, well, you gotta get out 2 weeks early because I gotta clean the apartment. Seems like I rented that pipe until the end of the year or the end of the month. It's their responsibility to worry about picking it up afterwards. Okay, well. I want my 2 weeks back. Anything else?
We did hear back from Dale. We had to talk about change order 1 at some point. We're gonna go back to Schnabel and talk to them. On that price for the sheet piling.
Okay, is that
At this point, there's no interest in changing that. cost. So
at this point in time,
I'm gonna go back to the engineer and we're gonna talk about it. Get final information from them. We have kind of put everything on hold when I reached out to the contractor. I'll go back to Schnabel this week.
okay. I mean, that's a big bill sitting there, right? That
It's
we,
not a bill at this point.
right,
Yeah,
but
but it will be.
Potential.
Yeah. And I mean, the costs, some of the costs are without question legitimate,
mhm,
so. Hopefully I have more by next
okay.
month. That's really, the electric has been inspected by the county, so we're just waiting on Central Hudson to inspect that, then. Maybe possibly by next month, we'll have power turned on.
So you're just operating manually right now? Then?
Yeah, it's just running through like it always has.
I mean, even when we get electric
It's not
too,
really
it
gonna
change
We're not-
much?
We don't adjust that.
that much.
So
I mean, you're kind of running off that same thing anyway, because you're,
It's really, the only difference is we'll be able to hold the valves up with the actuators. But those valves won't really need to be turned there.
just exercising every
We'll
once
have
in
the
a
air,
while
the air
too.
scour, the air scour is not,
Okay,
that's maybe the biggest change on the power. Is the air compressor.
okay. Valve replacement.
So that really started, kicked off this week. They had done the test pits a couple weeks ago, I think. Might have been a week of the board meeting last. So they started yesterday. There was an incident where they hit a 4-inch main that we didn't know was there, and they broke it, so we had to repair that process. We had a break on the boulevard valve break, so that was our day today. But we have one new valve that's installed. It didn't leak, so that's we have one new 16-inch valve on the boulevard or on Green Pit that is installed in operation. So 3 o'clock this afternoon.
And how many are we doing? You
Um,
expect?
I want to say it's 7 or 8. I don't know.
Yeah.
4 intersections, 4 general areas, I guess, more than 4 intersections.
Yeah, I remember when we talked about it before.
So that's going, and the plan is for them to be done and everything to be fully restored by September 7th. So that should be over by the time we have another board meeting. Then do one area a week, is the plan.
Okay. Service leaks.
Not really, it's more of an FYI. We have 4 or 5 service leaks in the city. These customers have been notified twice, given 2 deadlines, and then I sent a 3rd letter after that notifying that we would start looking for plumbers to retain. So per our rules, I can hire out the rotating list of plumbers and put the charges on the accounts. So just an FYI that I'm going to start picking some of these up.
So at this point in time, they're getting fined.
I didn't think we didn't.
No?
But, yeah.
I thought at some point in time after they didn't do,
I think the rules call for either shutting, or the rules call that we hire plumbers and do it.
Yeah.
The superintendent has the right to hire plumbers to, from the rotating list to put the charges at prevailing wage onto your accounts. And any unpaid bills will be relayed onto the accounts.
and they've been notified of.
Several times. We've done door hangers, we've done 3 sets of letters.
But after you get a price, you're gonna send one more letter out, I suggest.
Yeah, I can do that.
And the board has to authorize you to
I don't
think
think
so?
they do, because it's in our rule that the superintendent can hire plumbers to
Okay,
do the work. It's more about why I'm picking off some of these service leaks. So, that's all.
okay.
So is that for like routine lines or what you're talking about?
Yeah.
So in the winter, that would be, put the water department with
Get
that.
it done now. That's all.
I think you still have a list of plumbers that they pull and use
Yeah, we're forming up.
for things.
Getting back, you on retiring is what you?
No, are you kidding me? I'm having way too much fun.
Well, I guess when the plumber shows up, turns the water off.
I mean, the plumber will work with the owners with what they're gonna show up, and some of these are apartments with absentee landlords, so, which is
Okay.
why I did door hangers, like maybe the tenants weren't aware. So some of them are businesses that are owned out of other states, so I did door hangers there, like maybe the businesses that's here doesn't never receive notice from the letter, so this way. I put door hangers, the letters copied to the staple to it, so we've done everything we can to notify these people and give them chances to hire plumbers on it. So it's either let them leak or fix it.
Yeah, no, we gotta fix them at some point in
So that's
time.
not going to wood bill, right?
It will,
Some people would rather do that anyway.
yeah, but I mean, they're
Yeah,
gonna,
but it's not showing,
Possibly.
they're gonna pay prevailing wage, and then there's also fees that are
They
associated.
don't have the money.
but Bill,
Yeah.
the cost of water is not going on their bill.
How much that cost to do that?
What's that?
How much do you think it cost?
To do a water service? with the excavator and everything, probably like, 6,000 to 8,000.
After going wage.
Mm.
I
Well,
was gonna say 20.
Plumbers now are, I can't, I don't even know what their wage is, because they all go up, like, probably $100 an hour. It takes them, but then they get a rental fee for the equipment and stuff like that, and then permits and fees, and then you got to get the blacktop, you gotta add all that in.
Fine. The public don't get a bill there, $190 this month, next month's gonna be
Well,
21,000.
you won't worry about it, because it'll be the funeral arrangements I'll have to pay for, and they don't care about it. You know?
That's what I say, if you got an estimate, you know, the last letter that goes out and say, you know, you've ignored us all this time, you've hired, you know, we've gotten the price for a plumber, it's gonna cost $19,000, it's gonna start on such and such a date.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah, you might want to put all that,
I can send that notice when time comes. I'm
yeah,
just
I'll give them a
gonna
couple of weeks, I mean, yeah, don't,
we do one at a time and go from there.
yeah, just say. You've ignored X number of
They had-
correspondence, and
they had their
the
chance.
next step is,
Does it go on the water bill, or does it go on your tax?
Water bill, they don't pay it.
Okay. So they're gonna go on your taxes, and I'll just kind of stretch it out to pay it, because if I don't have the money, go and spend $8,000, so.
Some of these customers don't even pay their water, so that's.
So it's gonna go to taxes, because I know we used to vote on at the end of the year,
Yes,
make the water department whole. on
Yeah.
the bills that.
but anyway, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
correspondence?
You have a letter from the owners of 70 Twin Ponds regarding the past due charges from the prior owner. And I put together the draft response explaining that we have no mechanism to collect unpaid bills once the property is sold. The
So
charges follow the property.
we did a final reading,
We did, and we sent it where it was requested to be sent. I verified that with IT. I have copies of the email. It went to where they requested it to go.
normally goes to the purchasing,
One of the two attorneys usually asks for it and it's handled at the closing.
right,
The attorney was copied on the request when it came in. And the attorney for the sellers was copied on the original request. We did it on November 1st. They closed on the 2nd, which is how we usually do it. We do the closing the day before, so they have the bill for the closing without any delays. It's in the morning.
Sounds like it'd be between the owner and the
They
buyer.
were advised, I
Right.
believe, I mean, I think
it's something that's done at the closing,
Exactly.
they were advised to reach out to their attorney and see why it wasn't handled.
okay,
So, but I prepared the draft response basically explaining that I copied the rule, sort of copy of the rules and regs explaining why and how charges follow the owner. Not the property owner, not the owner at the time.
okay, I mean,
The title insurance says, right when they get the title, it says this is subject to payment of all things excluding open water.
So there's really nothing that we can.
we don't even need to vote on this, do
I
we?
wouldn't think so. I mean, I just showed you the response because it's written to the board as the correspondence was to the board. So
Right,
that's all.
okay,
Nailed that.
okay. Inspection tour,
I just left that on there because we did the first half a couple weeks ago for the city.
Mhm.
If the board wants to finish that tour at some point this year, you guys start thinking about dates that work later in the year.
yeah, closer to when the dam will be complete, because then we might as well go up and take a look at that.
So that'll be the end of October, mid to end of October for substantial completion is the current schedule.
We haven't, there's nothing new on the Golden Hill project at all, other than what you were,
No, nothing since last time I updated. We're still waiting to hear back to the ball in their court. It's between the county and developer to come back with a plan. I would expect it to come soon, but I think their permit is September, I believe.
with
Next
the, with
door.
the next door. Okay. Okay,
But if you want to send me some dates, it works for everybody in October, November, September, whenever. I'm free.
What's good?
I'm gonna write on my hands.
What's good for you, Jim?
Jim, that was my 47th tour.
Yeah, I've been
That
on.
was the best one I've been on 47 years.
The things have changed, though, right?
Oh, they have changed. He has his place, unbelievable. He did a great job, honest to God.
It was a really good tour.
I
Very
was never so
informative.
impressed.
Yeah,
And Mark House are all.
yeah, yeah,
Well done.
yeah.
Thank you.
Very-
Especially especially for some people who don't understand how the system works.
Yeah,
Well, we'll probably shoot for, well, the dam isn't gonna.
Mid-October, it should be.
So we can talk about it in September, about a date and, October.
I don't want to fall off, so.
yeah, okay, yeah, just keep that there as a placeholder. You still auditing the bills and accounts? They're done? Jump back up there.
I'll make a motion to accept the bills, accounts as presented.
I'll second it.
Okay, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Same carried. Superintendent's report. A lot of rain in,
A little bit.
a little bit in July there, right? I think you told us even at the July meeting, which we were 10 or 11 days in, we had,
It was 6 or 7. I want to say.
yeah. Well, how's August been so far?
I don't really know.
Well, okay, I mean,
We've been closed most of August because we've been red. And
Right.
96
You
March,
can't
we're not
take any
taking
more
the
in?
weather, so I'm not really paying as much attention to the weather.
I mean, even the other night, those storms that were coming through, it looked like that whole line was going right up, kind of through, you know, Woodstock area.
One of the big storms we had here didn't hit up there at all, but there's water in the stream right now.
Yeah.
We're closed, so we're not taking it.
Can I ask you what the levels will be when the dam's completed?
It's roughly 1105, 1096.
We're 10 feet, basically 10 feet down. It's a lot of water.
Yes,
Doesn't sound like a lot.
as you get higher, you get more water.
Yeah, it spreads out, right?
Spread out.
I've never seen it full, so I'm looking forward to see.
Oh, really? You mean as superintendent?
No, I've never seen it full. I only went up there once before. I took pictures,
Okay.
so- And it was November, so it's never full in November, it's usually. I've seen it higher than this, but I've never seen it full.
I guess I've seen it. I must have seen it. I think I've actually seen it going over the spillway a little bit. But we've never really do that either because they kind of control what we take in so we don't lose it on the back end. So. Okay, any other questions or issues with the superintendent's report? Otherwise, I'll accept the motion. I'll accept the motion to accept.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Motion going to executive session to discuss a personnel issue? Correct?
Yes, to discuss.
I'll make a motion.
Appointment.
Okay,
And I'll second it.
all right.
Motion to come out.
Okay, we're out of executive session, back into regular session. And there's a request to the board from Derek Knox requesting an unpaid leave of absence from his position as water meter foreman. So how does the board want to handle this? Is there a motion to,
You make a motion. Okay, then I guess we make a motion to deny the request.
And I'll
Okay.
second it.
okay, any further discussion? Okay, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Communicate that to the employee. Is there any other topics for discussion? Hearing none, and then I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
Okay, make that motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Very good. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, but we also have, you want to go ahead? Honor of our retiree, we have